In a normal town filled with traffic, music, and dust, there lived a humble man named Tayo. He worked as a mechanic, skilled, focused, with hands that told stories of labor. His voice was soft. His eyes were kind. His clothes were simple. His shoes worn thin. But beneath the surface of his quiet life was a love so fierce, it refused to listen to logic. That love had a name, Becky. Becky was fine, too fine. Skin smooth, nails long, phone always flashing. She wanted a husband who could buy her gold, take her to Dubai, and give her soft life. Tayo had nothing close to that, but he had one thing, a heart that was real. So when Tayo told his friends he had feelings for her, they laughed. Yemi, his closest friend, grabbed his shirt. Tayo, are you drunk? You want to marry who? That girl, Becky? She eats money, real money. You've been using one shoe since last year. You're not in her category, bro. Tayo stared at him, eyes burning with quiet determination. I don't care. I will do anything, even if it means selling my father's house. I'll make her mine. But Tayo didn't laugh. He looked at the red sand under his feet, then slowly raised his eyes to the sky. His voice came again, calm but deep. I don't care, even if it means selling my father's house. I will marry her. They all went quiet because they knew that tone. When Tayo made up his mind, even fire could not change it. Yemi sighed and sat back down. Tayo, this thing you're doing, it will end in tears, but you won't hear. This is because what they didn't know was he meant every word. But his friends were right. Becky had been loved before. Two men had already walked that same path. Their names, Chidi and Kevin. Both strong, both proud, both destroyed by the same woman. Chidi wore shirts with stiff collars and ties that choked his neck. He worked in a bank. He counted other people's money every day. But when he met Becky, he lost count of his own. Becky smiled at him like a gift. Chidi, I want the iPhone, the pink one, this weekend. I don't like waiting. Chidi nodded like a goat led by rope. The next day, he brought the phone, wrapped like a wedding present. Becky kissed him on the cheek and posted it online. The caption said, "When a real man knows what you deserve." Soon after, Becky twirled her braids and said, "My girls and I are going to Ghana, girls trip. You'll handle the bills, right?" Chidi blinked. His salary was small, but his pride was big. He said yes. He took loans, used his savings, even borrowed from his boss. He sent her money. The day she landed in Accra, she posted pictures of coconut water and poolside smiles. The day she came back, she posted pictures of herself alone. Chidi called her, no reply. He texted, delivered, but never read. The next morning, Chidi tried again. "This number does not exist," the voice said. Becky had blocked him. Chidi sat in his car and cried like a baby without milk. Then came Kevin. Kevin was not soft like Chidi. Kevin was loud. He worked with a big man in government. He wore perfume that made the air cough. He carried power like Yam. When Kevin met Becky, he whistled. "God really created you on a Sunday." Becky smiled. That same slow smile. The one that trapped men like a sticky trap for flies. "Kevin," she said, "that necklace I like is 350,000 naira. I want it." Kevin blinked. "That's big money." Becky pouted. "Then borrow or steal." "You said you love me, right?" Kevin scratched his head. The next day, he wore black and white and entered his Oga's office. He found a brown envelope full of money. He took it. 2 days later, policemen came with hot eyes and cold handcuffs. They beat him. He bled. His boss fired him. He was taken to court and spent 2 weeks in jail. He came out and looked for Becky. She was gone. Her number switched off. He searched her street, her salon, her Instagram. Nothing. She had vanished like wind through dry grass. Just like that, Becky left 2 broken men behind her. One was in debt, one had scars, and both of them still whispered her name at night like a lost song. And while the dust from their love was still floating in the air, Tayo was already walking toward her, holding his small heart in both hands. He didn't know, or maybe he didn't care. The sky was heavy with clouds that day, not because rain was coming, but because Tayo's heart was full of something stronger than reason, love. Everyone had told him to stop. Forget her, they said. She's not for you. Yemi said it again, one evening under the mango tree. He spoke with his chest, like a brother trying to save a brother from fire. Tayo, he said, you saw what happened to Chidi and Kevin. They had money. You don't. You'll end up worse. But Tayo didn't listen. His voice was steady. Number, I'll make her see me. His eyes looked far, like someone searching for something deep inside the sky. Becky's birthday was close. The whole street knew. Her friends were planning a party. Her Instagram was full of hints. New hair, new nails, new captions like can't wait for the big day. Tayo walked home that night and stood beside his father's old car, a 2004 Camry. The engine still worked. The seat still had his father's wrapper on it. That car was the only thing they had left since his father died. Tayo touched the bonnet slowly. It was warm from the sun. He closed his eyes and whispered, "Forgive me, Papa." The next morning, he sold it. The man who bought it counted the money in front of him. Tayo watched the notes pile up like bricks. When the man drove the car away, Tayo stood there, not moving, like someone who just gave away a piece of his chest. He used the money to buy a gown, not just any gown, a rose gold gown, long, shiny, soft like water, with stones that dance in the light, the kind of gown you see in magazines. He put it in a golden box, wrapped it with ribbon. Then he bought flowers, red ones, the ones that smell like love and pain at the same time. He walked to Becky's street. He waited at her gate. The sun was almost setting. People passed. Children played. The air smelled of fried plantain. Then the gate opened. Becky stepped out. She was wearing slippers and chewing gum. "Tayo, what are you doing here?" she asked. Tayo opened the box, slowly, like it was a treasure. The gown caught the sun. The ribbon fell like magic. The flowers stood tall. Becky screamed, "Wow, Tayo, this is mad!" She dropped her gum, grabbed the gown, hugged him quick, like touching was just part of the surprise. Then she brought out her phone. "Stand there, let me snap this." She took pictures. She posted one that evening with the caption, "When your man has sense." Her friends liked it, commented, shared. Tayo smiled, but his smile didn't touch his heart, because inside something was bleeding. Quietly, he walked home that night, empty-handed, but still full of love, and the street lights blinked above him like they wanted to cry too. The birthday gown had not even faded from the internet when Becky started to frown again. She sat on the plastic chair in front of her house, looking around with her nose turned up like something was smelling. The compound was noisy. Children crying, water splashing, generator humming like bees. She hissed and turned to Tayo, who had just arrived with oil on his hands and sweat on his forehead. "Tayo," she said, "this house is giving me headache. I can't sleep at night. That generator behind my window sounds like thunder, and the neighbors, too dirty. I need peace. A real man protects peace." Tayo looked at her. His lips moved, but no words came out. He had no peace himself. His shop rent was almost due. His clothes were fading. His slippers had a hole under it, but he didn't argue. He went home that night and opened the small box his uncle gave him before he died. Inside was one small paper, the document for a piece of land. His uncle had said, "Use it when the world turns its back on you. This land is your beginning." Tayo held the paper like it was fire, then slowly folded it, placed it in his pocket, and walked to a land agent. By the next day, the land was gone. He sold the land, and the money, he used it to pay for a new apartment. Not just any apartment. It was on the island, upstairs, white chairs, shiny tiles, long curtains, mirrors on the walls. The AC was cold like morning harmattan. Even the toilet had 2 buttons to flush. He took Becky there that weekend. She screamed when she entered. "Tayo, what? You did this? You have finished me with surprise. Girls, come and see." She called her friends. They came with their heels and phones. They danced in the living room, took pictures in front of the mirror, drank wine and shouted, "Soft life." Becky stood on a stool and said, "My man moved me. This is how you know a serious man." Tayo stood by the door, quiet, smiling, but his eyes were tired. Far away, his parents heard. His mother sat on the floor and cried, her wrapper soaked with tears. His father's brother walked out, then came back in, then knelt down slowly in front of Tayo. "My son," he said, "that land was your future. You just sold your beginning. For a girl who doesn't love you, please stop." But Tayo shook his head. His voice was soft but strong. "I love her. I just need her to see that." And he stood up and walked away, leaving his father kneeling and his mother wiping her eyes. Because love, when it becomes too loud, no warning can silence it. 2 moons passed. The apartment was still cold. The fridge was still full. But Becky's face, it had started changing again. She no longer laughed as much. Her smile was now thin, like a thread. Her replies were short, her eyes sharp like knife. One night, she sat beside Tayo on the white leather sofa. The TV was on, but the sound was low. Becky rested her chin on her palm, then turned and looked at him with slow blinking eyes. "Tayo," she said. "Yes," he answered. "I need one more thing." Tayo sat up. "What is it?" Becky paused like she was searching for the right words. Then she whispered, "A diamond ring." Tayo blinked. "Not small," she added. "I want the big one. Shiny, clean, something real. I need you to propose to me with it in front of my friends. That's the only way I'll know you're serious." The air in the room became heavy. Tayo's heart stopped for 1 second, then started again, fast, like drumming rain on zinc. He nodded slowly, pretending to understand, but inside, his chest was on fire. That night, he walked all the way to Yemi's shop. His slippers made soft sounds on the wet road. When he got there, Yemi was drinking cold sachet water and fanning himself. "Yemi," Tayo said, "I need help." Yemi dropped the sachet and stood. "Help for what?" Tayo looked down. "I need to buy a ring." Yemi laughed. "Which kind of ring?" "A diamond ring." Yemi looked at him like he was mad. "Tayo, you're still chasing that girl? After the car? After the land? You want to buy a ring now? Diamond?" Tayo said nothing. Yemi shouted, "You are on your own. This one will finish you." Tayo nodded. "Okay." He turned and walked away, slowly like a man carrying heavy stones in his heart. He begged nobody else. He knew nobody would listen. That night, he sat alone in the empty living room. The AC was off. The fan made ticking sounds. He held his head in both hands. Nothing left. No car, no land, no savings. He closed his eyes, then opened them again. And that's when the idea came. It was soft at first. like a whisper. Then it became clear, like morning sun. What if I don't buy the ring? He sat up slowly. What if I just borrow it? His heart beat louder, and he remembered one place, one man, the biggest jewelry shop in town. The idea had planted itself deep, and by morning it had grown. The next morning, the sun was still lazy in the sky when Tayo put on his cleanest shirt, the one with a missing button, but no oil stain. He brushed his hair, cleaned his shoes, and began to walk. His steps were slow but strong. His heart was loud but quiet. He walked past yellow buses and hawkers selling puff-puff. He passed boys playing draft under umbrellas. He passed 3 ATM queues and 4 beggars. Then, finally, he stopped. In front of him stood a building made of glass and pride. Idris and Company Jewelers. The floor inside was cold like ice. The air smelled like perfume and power. The lights above sparkled like diamonds. Tayo stood at the door, breathing fast. Then he stepped in. A man came out from behind the glass counter, tall, neat, wearing a suit that looked expensive, like 3 plots of land. "I'm Mr. Idris," he said. "Can I help you?" Tayo bent his head. His hands shook slightly. "Sir, I know this will sound strange, but I want to borrow a ring, just for a proposal. I don't have money. I want to show her I'm serious." Mr. Idris looked at him, first with surprise, then with something like respect. He chuckled. "You? Borrow a ring? Bold boy." Tayo said nothing. Mr. Idris looked again, then smiled. He reached into a glass box and brought out a ring. Gold, heavy, with a diamond that shone like morning dew on a clean leaf. "Take it," he said, "but return it." Tayo's eyes filled with water. He knelt slightly and whispered, "Thank you, sir." That evening, the whole of Becky's compound changed. Tayo brought flowers, real ones. He hung small lights from the gate to the corridor. He played soft music from a small speaker. The neighbors gathered quietly, peeking from windows and cracks in the wall. Becky came out wearing a silk gown and confusion on her face. Then she saw him. Tayo was down on one knee. "Becky," he said. His voice was shaking like leaves in wind. "Will you marry me?" Becky's eyes grew big like moon. She looked at the ring. She screamed, "Oh my God, Tayo, this ring, it's fire." She grabbed it, slipped it on her finger, pulled out her phone. Click, click, video, boomerang, hashtags. She posted that night. "When love meets luxury." Instagram caught fire. The comments poured in. "Goals, God when, soft life forever." Tayo smiled, but inside, he was tired. He had no money. He had no land, but he had love. And now, he had given her the ring. 3 weeks passed like wind. The cake was big. The music was loud. The hall smelled like flowers and fried meat. Laughter danced in every corner. Wedding bells rang. Becky wore a golden dress, long, shiny, the type that made other girls stare and whisper. Her face was painted like sunrise. Her smile was wide like a river. As she walked down the aisle, people clapped, phones went up, pictures snapped, videos rolled. Becky twirled like a princess in a fairy tale. Her heels clicked softly on the marble floor. The ring on her finger sparkled like fire. "Finally," she said to her friend. A man with sense. Tayo stood beside her. Black suit, new shoes, clean shave. His lips curved into a soft smile. But his eyes, they were far away, quiet. He held her hand gently, but his fingers were cold. Because Tayo's heart was not dancing. It was waiting. He knew something others didn't. This wedding was sweet, But the story was not finished. The wedding pictures flooded social media. Becky posted them every day. One with the cake, one with the dress, one with the ring. Zoomed in, caption, "When your man loves loud." But people began to notice something. "That ring," one girl whispered. "I've seen it before." Another said, "Wait, isn't that the same ring from Idris's shop?" Photos were compared. Screenshots were posted. Zoomed in videos. Side-by-side matches. The whispers grew. Becky's friends started asking questions. One even joked, "Babe, na real diamond or Dubai gold?" Becky smiled but didn't laugh. That night, she sat beside Tayo in their living room. The AC was humming. The curtains moved like tired hands. She looked at her finger, then at him. "Tayo," she said quietly, "this ring, where did it come from?" Tayo looked down. His throat was dry. I borrowed it." Becky's eyes widened. "What?" "I just wanted to show you I was serious. I was going to return it." She stood up, slowly. Her slippers made no sound. She didn't shout. She didn't cry. She just walked to the bedroom. The next morning, before the sun came out, Becky was gone. No note, no goodbye, just silence. And the ring, still on her finger. Becky didn't leave quietly. She left like thunder. She didn't weep in silence. She shouted on the internet. Her first post shook the town. "He borrowed a ring just to deceive me." The second one made people laugh. "He brought food in a black plastic bag. Can you imagine?" Then came the pictures. Tayo's brown shoes with torn soles. His tiny room. His mechanic overalls, stained with old patches of oil like bruises that never healed. She uploaded them all. One caption read, "When love comes from poverty, it always hides something." People shared it. They laughed, dropped mocking comments and emojis. "Unbelievable. Look at his shoes. Wow, I actually feel sorry for her." But Tayo, he remained silent. Not a word, not a response. He simply went back to work, greasing engines, fixing tires, wiping sweat with his old faded towel. Then Becky, dressed in white lace and golden heels, walked into Idris and company. She pulled off the ring slowly, like it had become too heavy with shame. She dropped it gently on the glass counter. "I'm done," she said coldly. Mr. Idris smiled. His face didn't move much. "So now, you're free." Becky turned and walked out. 1 month later, the internet caught fire again. New photos. Becky in a flowing white dress, barefoot on the beach, sunlight warming her shoulders. Mr. Idris beside her in a white kaftan, holding her hand. Guests clapped. The food was rich. The music was soft and sweet. Instagram exploded again. "She's glowing. She finally found someone worthy." Luxury suits her, but behind the glitter, behind the photos and perfect smiles, something quiet was moving, because the real story hadn't started yet. And the real game, it was only just beginning. It started with one photo. Tayo in London, black coat, clean shoes, walking beside a tall woman in heels. Her skin shone. Her smile was quiet. Her eyes, sharp like someone who had seen too much and said too little. People zoomed in. "Is this Tayo?" More photos dropped. Tayo at a restaurant with glass windows. Tayo entering a black car with foreign plates. Tayo at a meeting table with white men in suits. Beside him, in every photo, that same woman. Someone finally posted it. That woman is Adesuwa, the real owner of Idris and Company. Comments flew like birds set free. She owns it? So she's the boss? What's Tayo doing with her? Then the truth came like thunder. Adesuwa was Tayo's sister. she built Idris and Company from the ground, quietly, silently, far from noise, far from pride. Tayo, he had helped her from the beginning. He was never just a mechanic. The ring, it was part of a plan. Adesua had said it one night as they sat by a quiet fire in their father's compound. Let's see who she really is. Let her prove herself. Now, everyone saw. The borrowed ring was never just a ring. It was a mirror. And it showed Becky who she truly was. Phones rang all over town. People called. People whispered, "Wait, Tayo owns Idris and Company? You mean Mr. Idris is only the manager? So that ring, it belonged to Tayo the whole time?" Becky saw the news. Her chest tightened. Her hands trembled. Her makeup began to crack. Even before her tears touched it, she couldn't breathe. She got into a taxi, went straight to Tayo's compound, the same one she once mocked and called dirty. She didn't knock. She didn't shout. She dropped to her knees at the gate. "Tayo, please," her voice broke. "I didn't know. I swear I was foolish. Please forgive me." But the gate didn't open. The security guard simply said, "Boss does not receive visitors." She waited. Then she saw them. Tayo and his wife returning from church, holding hands, smiling gently. His wife, her name was Amaka. No artificial nails, no long lashes, no social media noise, just soft, honest eyes, a clean wrapper, a calm voice like a morning breeze. She had loved Tayo long before any ring ever appeared, and on her finger was the same ring Becky once wore, but this time it held something new inside. "My soul, Tayo." Becky stared at it, then at her own bare fingers, the same fingers that once posted pictures, now only wiped tears. Becky's feet moved fast. Her wig tilted as she ran, tears in her eyes, dust on her heels. She went straight to Mr. Idris's office, bursted in like a storm. "You're my husband now," she said, panting. "Please, take me back." Mr. Idris leaned back in his chair. His smile was cold, like dry Harmattan breeze. "Husband?" he repeated. "Who told you that?" Becky blinked. "But we married. People saw it. They clapped. We wore white. You put a ring." "I only wanted to prove something," Mr. Idris said. "That you don't love people. You love things. Rings, cars, photos. That's all." Becky's lips trembled. "You used me?" Mr. Idris stood up, buttoned his suit and walked out without another word. Becky fell on her knees and wept. The tears rolled like rain from a broken roof. She left the city, moved in with her aunt, the same woman who always warned her, "Beauty without sense is like yam without fire." Becky stopped posting. Her phone was quiet. Her mirror gathered dust. Then came a man, Chief Baki, old, dirty, no teeth, his belly round like mortar, his wrapper always loose. He smelled of tobacco and sweat. But he had land and goats and 2 wives already. Becky became the third. The first wife welcomed her with silence. The second wife greeted her with pepper water, poured it on her new dress on the first night. Fights came like rain. One fought over firewood. Another fought over meat. Becky? She sat in the corner. No phone, no ring, no friend. She just cried. And every time she remembered the beach wedding and the borrowed ring, she bit her lips and held her chest, because this was her reward, not from God, not from man, but from her own hand. Every morning, Becky walked past with a basket on her head. Her wrapper was faded, her feet dusty. No ring, no car, no gold. Only one thing stayed with her. A small wrinkled photo of Tayo from the day he proposed. At night, she pressed it to her chest and whispered, "If only I could go back." But time does not rewind, and love once broken, does not always return. I hope you enjoyed the story. If so, please like the video, comment what you learned from the tale, share with friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more African tales just like this one. Thank you.